All right, so we're going to continue working on elimination method, but this time we're going to, if you notice, what is the title of our assignment here? So what do we know about coins? It's money, right? So we know something else about coins. What do we know? What kind of coins do we know? What? Dimes. What else? Quarters. Nickels. That's not a coin. There is a half dollar, okay, and we also have a dollar coin. I think there's a female on that. I can't remember her name. Susan B. Anthony, yeah. Susan B. Anthony. And then we do have a dollar coin. Yeah. So what else do we know about these guys? What is the value of a dime? 10 cents. What is the value of a quarter? What is the value of a nickel? What's the value of a penny? 1 cent. What's the value of half a dollar? And what is the value of a dollar coin? 100 cents. Good. Okay, so we know money and coins, right? We know coins have value. Okay, so we're going to work on some word problems using coins. So instead of using dimes and nickels, or quarters and nickels, or quarters and dimes, we're going to use their value. Okay, but we're also going to call them what they are. Okay, so we're going to do a couple examples, and then you guys will be on your own. You will need to do your work on a separate sheet of paper. So if you don't have a separate sheet of paper, take it out now. And if you need a calculator, come grab a calculator. Sign it out, please. Yes. All right. So for number 1, I'm going to do it on my separate sheet of paper. I'm going to read it first, okay? It says a bowl containing only nickels and dimes contains a total of 100 coins. The value of all the coins in the bowl is $7.90. Write a system of equations and solve to find the amount of nickels and dimes that are in the bowl. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to highlight or circle what's important. It said it had nickels and dimes and it had 100 coins total. Can I make that into a equation? Yes. I can say nickels plus dimes equaled how many? 100. Then it told me that the value, so we're talking money, of the coins in the bowl is $7.90. So how much is a nickel worth? So 5 times the number of nickels. And how much is a dime worth? And 10 times the number of dimes is going to be worth how much? How much? $7.90. So I'm going to call it pennies, and I'm going to turn it into 790. Okay, I'm just removing the decimal for now. Because this is not a decimal, and I don't want it to be a decimal, so we're going to make it just 790. Okay? Because this is really 0.05, and this is 0.10. So if I move my decimal over twice, move my decimal over twice, move my decimal over twice, now I just have 5D, 10D, and 790. Okay? So this is my equation that I need to solve. What are the 2 things that I need when I'm solving an elimination model system? I need 2 things. What do I need? Something the same and something different. Camila, you remember? What do I need in order to solve an elimination system? Something the same and something different. Opposite sign. What else? Same digit. Good. I knew you'd remember, Camila. Okay. So I need 2 things. I need the same digit and opposite sign. So can I turn 1, because this is a 1, right? And this is a 1 right here. Can I turn 1 into 5? Can I turn 1 into 10? Yes, right? So I'm going to multiply my top row by something. Right? What am I going to multiply it by? Do I want to eliminate nickels or do I want to eliminate dimes? Nickels? All right, so I'm going to multiply it by 5. But that's going to give me same sign. So what do I have to make that 5? I want opposite sign. How do I make this a negative 5? I need to multiply it by a negative, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to multiply everything across this way. Okay, so I need to multiply all 3. One of the mistakes that I see you guys making is you multiply this and then you forget to multiply the other 2. We need to make sure we're multiplying everything, okay, using that distributive property, okay? So what is a negative 5 times 1n? Negative 5n, right? So I'm going to bring it down here. Usually I bring it across, but I don't have room because of my notes here. So I've got negative 5n. What is a negative 5 times a plus 1d? I'm multiplying. Negative 5 times a negative 1 times a positive 1 is what? It is positive 1. Negative 5d. Great, Isaiah. And what is negative 5 times a positive 100? Negative 500. Right? Now I'm going to bring my second equation down. I have 5n plus 10d equals 790. Do I have same digit opposite sign for my nickels? So I can eliminate those, right? And remember, all I'm doing, sorry about the cough, is adding, okay? Negative 5 plus 5n is 0, okay? Negative 5 plus 10d is going to be what? What's it going to be? I have a negative and a positive, so what am I actually doing, Albert? 5d. Right, it's going to be positive 5d. My positive's bigger. I'm going to take the sign of the bigger number, but I'm really subtracting. Okay? Now I have a negative 500 plus positive 790. What's my answer going to be? Justin? Justin? What? Say it again. 290. Is it positive or negative? Oh, I heard both. Is it positive or negative? It's positive, right? Because 790 is my bigger number. So it would have been in, if I had used column method, it would have been in the positive side. So now I have 5d equals 290. How do I undo this division, or multiplication? I'm going to divide both sides by 5. This becomes 1. D is now equal to what? 58. So how many dimes did we have? 58. So I'm going to take my top equation here, and instead of just D, I'm going to write 58, right? So my equation is going to be 1n plus 58, because this is what I substituted, equals 100. So how do I move my 58? Jordan? How do I move this 58? Oh, wait. Jordan is talking. Jordan? I do what? Why am I going to multiply if I need to move this plus 58 to the other side? I'm going to add what? Why am I going to add 50 and 100? What does my steps tell me to do, Jordan? Isaiah, why don't you help him out? You're going to add the opposite, absolutely. So what's the opposite of plus 58? So I'm going to subtract 58 from both sides. Right? So I'm going to bring down my n is equal to, what is 100 minus 58? That's an 8. What is it? Somebody told me. Not, why negative? Sharon, what's the bigger number? 100 or 58? Is 100 positive or negative? So it should be positive 42. Okay, so the question asks me, find the amount of nickels and dimes that are in the bowl. So we said there are how many dimes and how many nickels? So can you write that in a sentence? There are what? Somebody? Right. In the bowl. Is that easy? Yes? Got it? You're gonna, well, you can write that on here if you want. But you'll have to turn in both pieces of paper, okay? If you're writing your sentence answer here, make sure you turn in both papers. If you're writing your sentence answer on the paper, just give me the paper. Please hold while I blow my nose. All right, now you guys are going to help me out with number 2. Okay? Who wants to read it? Kevin, why don't you read number 2 for me? Read number 2 for me. Yep. Yep. Camila, you read number 2 for me.
A bowl containing only nickels and dimes contains a total of 73 coins. The value of all the coins in the bowl is $6.55. Write a system of equations and solve to find the amount of nickels and dimes that are in the bowl.
Good. So we got nickels and dimes again. Let's go back. We have nickels and dimes, and how many total coins? 73. Andrew? Okay, so let's write that up. How do I write this up? We're going to call N for nickels, right? And we're adding D for dimes. And what is my total coin? 73. Now we're going to talk value. How much is a nickel worth? So 5 times a nickel. And how much is a dime worth? Dime is worth 10 cents. 10D. And it's going to equal, what's my value? What's my value? $6.55. It's right on your paper. So we're going to call it $6.55. We're going to just forget the decimal for now. Okay? Here is my system of equations, right? What do I need again? Laura, what do I need to do this elimination? I need 2 things. What do I need? I need 2 things. What are the 2 things that I need? Camilo knows them. I need 2 things. What do I need? 2 criteria. Something same, something different. Can you let Laudo answer? Same digit, opposite sign. Okay? So how do I do that? What do I want to eliminate? Jordan, do I eliminate nickels or dimes? We're going to eliminate nickels. So how do I do that? I'm going to multiply this whole row, right, by what? To make it opposite sign, same digit. 5, right? Because there's already a 1 here. So what kind of 5 are we multiplying by? Negative 5. When I do that, I can bring my equation over. Remember, I'm multiplying it by everything in this row, not just the first number. Y'all forget to multiply the last one especially. So I got negative 5 times 1 gives me negative 5n. I got negative 5 times 1d gives me negative 5d. And I've got a negative 5 times 73. Can I do that on my head? No, but that's why God gave me this wonderful tool. Oops. So it's going to be negative 365. And I'm not changing my second equation, so I can just bring that over. 5n plus 10d is equal to 655. So far, so good? Any questions so far on anything that we've done? Yes. Why did I add the what? What 7? That's not, it's an arrow.
Oh.
You're funny. Come on, I'm not feeling good. Give me some slack here. I should be home in bed with my puppies. Puppy. No, she's not a puppy. She's 13, but she'll always be my baby. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add these guys, right? Since I'm adding them, what happens to my ends? What happens to my nickels? They eliminate, right? Got 0. 0 nickels. Let's focus on my dimes. I have a negative 5 and a positive 10. What does that become? 5D, right, Albert? All right, now I got to do some more thinking here. I have a negative 365 and a positive 655. So am I adding or subtracting? I'm going to subtract 365 from 655, right? Is that going to be positive or negative? So positive 290. Well, I feel like I already divided this, didn't I? Look at that. So how many dimes do I have again? 58. So does that mean I have 42 quarters? No, because this time I only have 73 coins, right? So I'm going to take that 58 and put it back into this equation. So I have 1 nickel plus 58 dimes is equal to 73. Oh, we're going to get rid of the D, right? D is 58. Jordan, how do I get rid of this positive 58? How do I get rid of this positive 58? What did Isaiah help you figure out? We're going to do add the opposite, so we're going to subtract. Good. Way to come back from that. Learn from your failure. That's what we need to do. So this becomes 0. It gives me n is equal to, oops, what is the difference between 73 and 58? It's going to be a positive number because 73 is bigger, right, Sharon? So what's 73 minus 58?
15.
Okay, so my answer would be what? In sentence form. Sophia, you try. How many nickels and how many dimes in the bowl? Perfect. In the bowl. So we're going to make sure that that is our sentence answer. There are 58 dimes or 15 nickels and 15 nickels in the bowl. We got dimes and nickels? Okay. You guys can do this? Okay, let's look at the bottom half. What do you mean no, Matthew? Yeah, oh, ye of little faith. We're going to look at the bottom half, so I'm going to flip this over. We're going to look at number 6. What are we looking at here, number 6? What kind of coins? Kevin? Dakota? Quarters and what? Okay, so what is the value of a quarter? 25 cents. And a dime is what? 10 cents. Okay. Justin, will you read number 6 for me?
A bowl counting only dimes and quarters counts a total of 100 coins. the value of all the coins in the bowl is $18.70. Right?
System?
A system of equations and solve to find the amount of dimes and quarters there are in the bowl.
Good. Matthew, so now we're looking at dimes and quarters. And how many dimes and quarters are in the bowl, Matthew? 100. So I can say D plus Q equals 100, right? Yes? How much money was there in total in the bowl, Isaiah? Good, so it's going to equal 1870. We're going to just drop that little decimal. Going to go away. Kevin, hood off. No, it's not. All the way off, please. What is my value of dimes? How much is it? 10. So we're going to say 10D, right? And what is my value of a quarter? And we're going to say plus 25Q. All right, so far so good. What do we want to eliminate, dimes or quarters? Dimes, okay. So we're going to multiply that top row by what? Negative 10. Good, because we want that opposite sign, same digit. So I'm going to go ahead and do my arrows so that you guys don't forget that we are multiplying everything. So what is negative 10 times 1D? Okay. What? Negative 10D. What is a negative 10 times 1Q? Plus, so it becomes minus 10Q. Do you guys remember that radio station? No, you guys are too young. 10Q? It's old. You guys are too young. Negative 10 times 100 is going to be what? Frank, where are you? You with me? What is negative 10 times 100? Negative 1,000. Okay, did I multiply my second row by anything? So I just bring it over. And this is an arrow, not negative 7. Arrow. There. Arrow. So I'm just going to bring my second row over. I have 10D plus 25Q equals 1870. And then I'm going to add them up. What happens to my dimes? They eliminate, so we can just cross them out. I have a negative 10 and a 25Q. What does that give me, Albert? 15Q. I have negative 1,000 plus 1870. What does that give me? Should be easy. 870. Good. Now, how do I solve this part here? Laudo. How do I solve this last part here? Because you always know what to do here. Divide both sides by 15. Good. I need you to be doing that. What does Q equal? 870 divided by 15 gives me what? Oh,
I added an extra number.
equals 58, right? So now I take this 58 and I put it back in my first equation. 1D plus 58 instead of 1Q equals 100. How do I solve this now, Jordan? How do I solve this now? Right here. Yeah, add the opposite. What's the opposite of positive 58? So I'm going to do minus 58 from both sides. Right? What does D equal then? 42 again, right? I don't know. It just keeps working that way. Different questions, same answers. Kind of weird. So, Laudo, give me the sentence answer. How many quarters and how many dimes in the bowl?
The what?
In the bowl, how many quarters and how many dimes?
There are 58 dimes. No, there are 58. I got this. There are 42 dimes and 58 quarters in the bowl.
Beautiful. You guys got this? Okay, so the only difference between the bottom part is the bottom part is using dimes and quarters, so the value changes for quarters. And the top part is just dimes and nickels. Can you do this on your own now? All right, get to it. Good work, guys. Remember, if you forget what you're doing, you can always do what?